We're going to bring up your next speaker. That's going to be the wonderful, magnificent Chris James.
If you talk about how much you hate your fat, your body has been working all this time to keep you alive.
I don't think anybody in my circle understands it.
All right, we got 3 people viewing right now. For those who are watching, I just need you all to quickly confirm you can hear me and see me before we get rocking and rolling. And for anybody who is interested in helping a brother out, you can copy and paste the link to this live stream in our Facebook group, AHA communities, or wherever y'all want, maybe on your personal feeds and stuff. Because we're going to take a little bit of time to we're going to be doing kind of like some reaction videos, but we're also going to be my goal here today is to show you guys a little bit how I move and how I think. So, okay, everybody can hear me. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button for me, y'all. I will be taking questions tonight for a little bit. So if you guys have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I will be getting all super chats, any questions via super chat or whatever. I will be answering those questions as well. So today I've been wanting to do this live stream for a while. Steven sends me stuff every once in a while. You know, every so often he'll send me stuff and I'll be like, oh, that's something good. I need to touch on that. So I've got a couple videos that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So we're going to listen to the videos. We're going to take a look at the content. And then we're going to break that content down a little bit. So I'm just buying myself a little bit of time, make sure everybody gets in the stream. If you guys are ready, throw a 1 in the chat. Let me know y'all are ready. We're going to get started. Yes. For everybody who is viewing from Facebook, I did put a little message for you all so that you can interact because I can't see your name and I can't see, I can see your comment, but I can't see your name. You have to give permission. So there should be, for those interacting on the Facebook group, you should have some instructions. Okay, I'm seeing the ones coming through. All right, so let me get this live stream, this screen share set up. You guys make sure your volume is turned up so you can hear. We're gonna take a look at a couple of videos. All right, what's the first one? Here we go, guys. I hope y'all are ready for this.
A review of some questions of you, and a simple yes or no is fine. The FDA's authority over the safety of baby lotion. First, can the FDA require a review of baby lotion for safety before it comes to market?
No.
Can the FDA require the manufacturer not to use a toxic ingredient, for example, formaldehyde, in its baby lotion?
No.
Is the manufacturer required to register with the FDA before selling its baby lotion?
No.
So I think my first statement is becoming truer. Once the baby lotion comes to market, can the FDA require safety information about the baby lotion?
No.
If the baby lotion has caused bad reactions in the babies, can the FDA require a recall?
No.
If the manufacturer is aware of the baby's bad reactions, would the manufacturer be required to report that to the FDA?
No.
Well, I think everybody's paying rapt attention here.
Okay. All right. Video number 1. Hopefully you guys were able to hear it. Were y'all able to hear that video? Ain't no reason. Let me know if you guys were able to hear that video so that I know everybody's on the same page. Okay, you guys were able to hear it. All right, cool. Okay, why did I want to show you all this video? Because when I started researching health and wellness for myself, I was shocked. I was shocked at how unregulated things are. Not only was I shocked at how unregulated things were, I was shocked at how deceptive the government was when it came to food, health and beauty products, food products, drugs, and really any consumables. Because what you guys have to understand is the idea is that the Food and Drug Administration, the government, and all these regulating entities are here to keep us safe. And what this video is showing, and what they are discussing right now should be game changer for y'all. What you got to understand is, even if you look at the back of your label, even if you look at the label, you look at the ingredients, it's literally the wild, wild west. I understand that there's certain things that are regulated and blah, blah, blah. The level at which things are regulated, the level of responsibility, accountability, and the governing bodies that are designed to hold these companies to this standard, it's minimal at best. And even in some cases, it's completely unrequired, because as long as the company pays a fine or pays off a certain politician, it literally could do whatever it wants. While we're all running around thinking that we're safe and protected. And, now the reason why this particular video stood out is because this is related to baby lotion. Obviously, we would think that at the very least, if something was properly regulated and watched, even if they didn't have the manpower, even if, resources were low, at the very least, they're going to take care of the babies, right? Because what's more important than a baby? So they're telling you that they don't care. It don't care if it's a baby, a baby goat, a baby pig. They don't care. Okay, this stuff is completely unregulated. Also, you have to keep in mind, a lot of the terminology that is used, like GMO, organic, etc., these vegan, these terms, a lot of these terms are unregulated, but the ones that are, they're just standards. They're simply just standards. We assume so much about these labels, and it's not correct. All right, I'm going to I'm gonna go to the next video. Make sure that you all are listening and everything. We're gonna move to the next video. Let me see. Okay, so we're on the next video. All right, let's take a look at this one. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Get the plastic storage containers out of the kitchen. Give them to your husband to store nails in the garage. Because when you put food in a plastic container, the next day the food has phthalates in it. Phthalates are the chemicals that mold plastic. And those chemicals leach out of the containers into the food. There is no study that says the amount of phthalates that are leaching into the food is toxic to humans. And I agree. However, when you cannot detoxify and get rid of the toxic chemicals you're exposed to, they accumulate in your body. And phthalates are a family of chemicals called endocrine disrupting chemicals, means they alter your hormones. And where they accumulate are in the estrogen and testosterone loving cells.
Here we go. Here we go again. Phthalates. Now, quite a few years ago, there was a huge movement for people to get plastic out of their kitchen. You had very big celebrities talking about this, and somehow all of that information has gone away. It was like really, really popular for a long time, and then it just poof, went away. So what is he saying? Phthalates, there's no studies that say that phthalates are necessarily toxic. Okay, cool, we'll give you that. Because you have to understand how these companies move. There's no studies to say that phthalates are toxic. Okay, at what level of concentration are these studies being performed? Because if the study is a person eating a salad off of a plastic spoon from a restaurant or whatever, and that's the study, and it's like, yeah, it's not going to be enough to disrupt or have an effect on you. Or maybe it is. It's just too small for them to see. But what happens when we've been using plastic bottles, right? Most of our water comes in plastic. We're eating the plastic, using the plastic utensils. Our children at school are using plastic utensils. All of your health and beauty products come in plastic. Literally everything is stored in plastic. So now what he's saying is, yes, phthalates at a very low level, whatever, maybe it won't have an effect on you. But the amount of phthalates that we consume and what's going into our body is not a low level. And you got to think, we're consuming plastic from birth until death. So, 20 years, 30 years, however old you are, you have an enormous amount of this stuff building up in your system. And that's the problem. The problem is, combined with all of the other fake synthetic stuff that we eat, now we have a large amount of this material that is in our system. Okay? Now, I understand that a lot of you all are like, Chris, I just don't understand. How is this a big deal? The reason why this is important is because of the last statement he made, talking about how these disrupt the cells that love the estrogen, that love the testosterone. One of the greatest issues that we have in modern time is estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance is in men. Estrogen dominance is in women. All right. Estrogen dominance is a major, major problem for females. This is going to cause you to have heavy periods, cramping, bloating, the hormonal imbalance, your mood swings, things of that nature. Guys, you might start to develop, breasts, and you're going to be weaker. You might not perform as well in bed, right? So erectile dysfunction. That's the reason why this is important. Now, I understand that this is a big picture, right? This isn't the only thing that matters. But when you think about how unregulated things are, and then you think about how we use things that constantly add these toxins to our body that are causing this problem, it becomes a big thing. There's an old saying, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. So the way that they are poisoning us, and I saw in the chat someone else kind of said this, the way they poison us is slowly. It's a slow acting poison. You're not going to die in 10 years. You're not going to die in 20 years. But by the time you're 30, now all of a sudden you have problems of a 50-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Women nowadays are they're starting to enter menopause in their late 30s. This used to be an older woman's issue, and now it's becoming a young woman's issue. And it's because of the level of toxicity it's building in our bodies. We're not able to detox this stuff out. We don't know how to detox it out. We don't even know it needs to be detoxed out, which was the last statement he made. We can't detox this stuff out. Now, let's take a little bit. I want to show you guys when I'm researching and when I'm looking at things, kind of like how I go. So talking about phthalates, if we talk about phthalates, the first thing that I would do is I would go on Google and I would look up what phthalates are, right? Let's define phthalates so we have an understanding of what this stuff is. Phthalates or phthalate esters are esters of phthalate acid. They are mainly used as plasticizers, i.e. substances added to plastic to increase their flexibility, transparency, durability, and longevity. They're often used primarily to soften polyvinyl chloride. So these phthalates are designed to make plastic more pliable. Essentially, it gives plastic superpowers. Okay, why is this important to understand? This goes back to the talk that I did when I talked about glyphosates. Okay, glyphosates are designed to do something very similar. Glyphosates essentially, I'm sorry, the pesticides that that are sprayed on plants and things of that nature, they give plants, like, it makes them impervious to like weather, heat, flooding, viruses, etc. And so when you ingest this stuff that is used to make plants supernatural, the body cannot naturally break it down. And so what's happening here is you're seeing the exact same thing. These phthalates are making plastic more durable and much harder for the body to break down, which is part of the reason why they get stuck in the system. If you guys want to dive in this deeper, start researching microplastic. Start researching microplastic, and you'll start to understand how dangerous this stuff is. Microplastic is everywhere. And then we're also wondering, well, why is our cholesterol so high? Why is our cholesterol so high? Why is our blood pressure so high? Well, if you're constantly ingesting microplastics, phthalates, glyphosates, amongst many other things, these are very tiny materials. This is not big stuff. This is microscopic. This is very small stuff. So it can get in every crack and crevice of your body and start to disrupt your body. All right. So now that we know what, let's see here, phthalates are, let's look at what food grade means. Okay. So I'm taking you all down my little path. This is kind of how my brain thinks, how I work. When I'm researching something, how does my mind work? I do my best. Okay, so this person is talking about subject A. Well, based on my common experience, or what somebody might say common sense, based on my common experience, how can I verify or validate what this person is saying, whether it's correct or incorrect? How can I fact check this stuff? So when I think about plastic and I think about microplastic, I think about, okay, but there's this stuff called food grade plastic. All right, food grade, BPA free. Shouldn't these things be the solution to the problem? Let's look. So the definition of food grade, the term, actually, let's see. Let's see if we can, let's click into one of these tabs. This is not the right one. Let me see something. Okay, so the definition of food grade, the term food grade refers to the materials used in equipment. To be defined as food grade, materials need to be non-toxic, safe for consumption. Now, this statement goes on. I'm gonna go into this article a little bit more. Okay, so they've got this highlighted. Food grade is just a term. It's not an organization or a regulation. That's important, because when we think about what we were talking about earlier, we're looking at the FDA. The FDA isn't regulating the baby lotion. It basically is not requiring the manufacturer to report information or anything. So, but the term food grade, it's not an organization or a regulation. So it's not even regulated. When plants build or service machines, it is their responsibility to understand food grade materials and how to use them. Okay, so this is a quote from this guy, Trent Bullock. Okay, that means that food grade is supposed to be understood by the manufacturer. What does this mean? It means that the company, the company that is manufacturing the food or the equipment, they get to decide what food grade means. They're going to have their own standard of what it means. This is not a regulated term. All right. Now, you guys are more than welcome to dig much deeper into this and figure out what this really means. Based on the searching that I did, there are certain materials and things that have a level of regulation to it. But as a broad statement and an understanding, like food grade doesn't necessarily mean what you might think it means. So that's important to understand. Food grade doesn't necessarily mean safe. Now, there's another term called food safe. So you have food grade, you have food safe. A lot of people use these terms interchangeably. Food grade, food safe, same thing. They're not the same thing. And what you have to understand is food grade does not necessarily mean food safe. Remember, what we just read said that food grade is in relation to the equipment. It's in relation to the equipment that the food comes in contact with, right? Equipment can be everything. It could be everything from a CNC machine to a plastic bucket. So food grade just means that it's safe for the food to come in contact with the equipment. Now, let's look at what the difference between food grade and food safe is. All right, food grade versus food safe. What's the difference? Now it says you may have thought these two terms meant the same thing, or maybe you know they're different, but you don't know what the differences mean. So what do they actually mean? In short, food grade means that the material is suitable to come in direct contact with food. Okay, so we already read that. This article is kind of backing that up. Now, food safe means that the food grade material and finished product is suitable for its intended use and will not create a food hazard. Okay, so the difference between food grade and food safe, food grade is just referencing the material, the equipment. Okay, food safe is referencing the finished product. Are y'all catching that? So the important thing here is really for you to look for food safe items, right? If a product is labeled as food safe, that is really what we want. We want something that's labeled as food safe versus food grade. Now, food grade is not bad, okay? Food grade is not bad. It's better than something that's not food grade. However, there's a level of things we assume that we assume when we see food grade versus, food safe. And while food grade could mean food safe, it doesn't necessarily mean food safe. Are y'all rocking with me? You understand what I'm saying? So this is how I like to do my research. This is how I like to look at things. And I think it's very important for us to do our own research. I always tell you all that you have to be the captain of your wellness ship. You cannot trust companies and corporations to do this research for you. Because if I'm a company and I'm manufacturing lotion, number one, I can create science. You guys got to remember, I can fund science that will say, hey, the plastic that I use in this product is safe. That doesn't mean that it's safe. Science can be manipulated. We have to stop believing in science like it's a god, okay? Man can very easily manipulate science. They've been doing it for thousands of years. So I get to determine what safe means. And if we as consumers or parents, if we're not doing our due diligence, we could be using products on our babies or on ourselves that are making us sick. Now, remember, this is a slow acting poison. It's not going to affect you today, because if it affected you today, then there's lawsuits, there's awareness, people understand, right? If you consume rat poison, it's going to make you violently ill right now. So you can't just give somebody a toxin that's going to make you sick right now. It is slow acting. And what you have to do, you guys have to look at the rate at disease. Look at the rate of disease. You can pretty much go to any category. You know what I mean? Most categories give you accurate information. But you look at the rate of disease today versus 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago. And then you can see the increase of the rate of disease. And they'll try to explain it away, right? Like they do with autism. They'll say, okay, yes, 1 in 3 children will be somewhere on the autistic spectrum by the year 2025. But it's always been that way. The only reason why we're seeing these high rates of autism now is because the testing for it is better, and the ability for us to validate the statistics, and we can gather statistical data much more efficiently now. It's always been at this rate, right? So they can always explain it away. You guys have to do your own diligence. Someone said also the perm for black hair is now being investigated for causing fibroids. I did a video. If you guys are interested, I did a reaction to a news article. It was like a Fox News thing where they talked about this. Dangerous chemicals in hair care products. And for those who don't know, fibroids affect women, right? Holistically. But for those who don't know, fibroids affect the African-American community at a grossly higher rate. 97% of Black women are said to have fibroids or be affected by fibroids. 97%. And I'm saying that because this also backs up the statement here about the perm. Who uses perm more than anybody else? Black people. Okay. And once again, it's not just fibroids. It's thyroid issues, right? It's low functioning liver. Look at how many people nowadays have what do they call it? Non-alcoholic fatty liver, right? Because usually before people got the fatty liver from drinking, but now people are getting the fatty liver from what? We don't know. It's not alcohol. Can't blame alcohol anymore. So where's it coming from? And we understand that food is bad, right? We understand drinking alcohol is bad, or I should say certain foods are bad. But what we don't think about is our overall consumption. You guys are brushing your teeth every day. What's in that product? Not only what is in the product, because as we talked about today, it's not even just as simple as what's in the product. What is the material that the product is being stored in? And if you want to dive in even deeper, it's not even the materials being stored in. What is the machinery? What's the material that the machinery is being used to manufacture the product? It's the food, the consumables from start to finish. The entire lifespan of the consumables have to be considered when we're talking about your overall health and wellness. Is that incredible? That's insane. People don't think about it at this level. I know I didn't, right? So what does this all boil down to ultimately? Because a lot of times we could talk about the problem and kind of even get overwhelmed by the problem. So what this boils down to is we have to be diligent and intentional about what we put in our mouth, what we put on our skin, and the different products that we're using, okay? If we because we're oblivious right now. So let's not be oblivious. Let us put intention on, okay, what are we consuming? That means swapping out, your plastic for glass or silver. A long time ago, it was standard to use silver in silverware. Do you understand that? That's why it's called silverware. They didn't use plastic. They didn't use, these fake materials, tin and all of these toxic heavy metals. They used copper and silver and different materials that were safe for human consumption. And not even safe, beneficial. Copper is a microbial, antibacterial, micro. These metals, they're good to a degree, right? Just at storing things in, keeping bacteria to a minimum. keeping the stuff preserved and healthy. That's why you would use that material. That makes sense. So this is the importance of detoxification. All right. This is the reason why the video I did last year it was 2 years ago. Well, technically it was not 2 years ago, but it was over a year ago. Talking about glyphosate, I made mention to it earlier. All right. The reason why this is important is because we're being poisoned at a rate that we could never perceive. We need tools. We need help. We need to be diligent. We got to have something to help us, right? This is also the reason why you guys, I used to get this question all the time, Chris, okay, I'm fasting, I'm eating right, I'm still sick. Or I'm doing everything right, which typically when people say that, they're just doing what they know. They're not doing everything right because we don't even understand the level at which we're being attacked. Why am I still sick? Why am I still having problems? Well, have you ever detoxed? So many people have never detoxed. Fasting is a form of a detox, but it's not the end all be all, y'all. Like there's levels to it. So yes, we promote fasting. Fasting is going to allow the body to work. It's going to detox way better. But you also got to realize the body is working with faulty equipment, meaning once you start fasting, the body's going to start healing, but all your equipment is damaged from the phthalates, from the glyphosates, from the sulfates, something about these eights, and just all of the consumption. So there's ways to make the process more seamless. And so in that video about the glyphosates, that's the reason why I was telling y'all about the Clean Slate product, right? Clean Slate helps to remove glyphosates. It helps to remove heavy metals. And if you guys remember from my content from 3, 4, 5 years ago, I never talked about products at all. And I didn't talk about products at all. And then we started talking about essential oils, right? Because essential oils are pretty much plant herbs. It's great. But the reason for that is because I wanted you all to focus on building your body's natural ability to heal and not solely relying on, product. That's why I never talked about products before. With that being said, there are beneficial products we can use. We never want to solely rely on a product. There's not a product, a pill, or anything you can do that's going to be the end all be all. This is a holistic approach. Fasting, dietary change, detoxing, detox teas or detox protocols, supplementation, but very intentional supplementation, right? We get trapped in, remember that the nutritional industry is a multi-million-dollar or even $1 billion industry. Remember that. They're making a lot of money off of people. Not as much as pharmaceuticals, but they're making a lot of money. We have to be intentional about what we're putting in our body, including the things that are designed to help us. So that's the reason why there's a very few products and things that I will talk about. So I don't like to just give you guys problems. I do want to offer solutions. So there's a couple solutions. Number one, I recommend Clean Slate. Okay. Clean Slate is a product by the Root Wellness brand, and it is designed to remove heavy metals, toxins, and things of that nature. I'll put the link in the chat for you all if you're interested in checking that out. This is not a sponsorship for Clean Slate or anything like that, but this is just when I talk about these problems, there's certain things that I personally use. Let me correct my statement. We are affiliated with the Root Wellness brand, but I didn't make this video specifically to talk about the brand or the product. The video is to inform you all. However, I don't want to leave you all with no solutions or anything like that. So hopefully that makes sense. But I do use Clean Slate myself. It is an amazing product. So you guys should check it out if you want to. If not, we'll continue with some other solutions and maybe something will resonate with you. But Clean Slate is it's a mineral, clinoptilolite, but it's really can be looked at as a silica supplement. It's a really, really good product for encapsulating heavy metals and things of that nature. Also, obviously, we've been talking about fasting. You guys know we teach fasting. I wanted to let you all know that we are bringing the R72 challenge back. So the R72 weight loss challenge is back in full effect, and you guys can start registering to join the challenge, which is going to be starting in February. February 2nd, we're going to be doing our next challenge. This is one of the solutions, okay? This is an opportunity for you all to join a group who are all interested in focusing on their health and wellness, as well as we have core content and curriculum that's designed to help you with your fasting. So if you guys are struggling with fasting, doing it on your own, join a group. Join a group. You have the entire coaching staff in there. You have the other participants, and I've been putting out testimonials, a few times a week to show you all the benefit, what people are getting from joining. We had such a big push. People were like, Chris, what are we going to do after the challenge? We want you to extend the challenge. Or people will be like, well, let's create another group so we can keep this thing going. And I said, you know what? Let's just extend the challenge. So for those who aren't in the challenge now, if you want, you can join the challenge, okay, starting February 2nd, and you can join the other participants who decided to do the extended challenge, and you guys can do the challenge throughout the month of February. So this is another piece of the puzzle, right? I just put the link in the chat. Marquisha said that the R72 has been life-changing. We appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your interaction in the group and everything like that. All right. Here's another one. Josh said, I am in the R72, y'all, 21 pounds down since January 1st. I mean, listen, I appreciate y'all that are putting this out there, letting people know. I'm not just talking. Okay. So what's the importance of fasting and losing weight? A lot of the toxicity that we talked about throughout this live, a lot of it is stored in the fat. This is part of the reason why you get fat. This is very important to understand this correlation, because people think fat comes just from eating. Fat doesn't come just from eating. You know, I know so many people who are fat, obese, or morbidly obese that don't eat a lot. As a matter of fact, I find that when you get to a certain size, you have difficulty eating sometimes, okay? You don't gain weight and maintain obesity and all this stuff just purely because of weight. It is usually more of a chemical thing than it is just because of what you eat. Now, a lot of the chemical imbalance comes from the food you eat. So if you eat a small amount of food, but you're eating M&Ms and Cheerios and KFC, that also will cause you to maintain a lot of weight. But it also can come from the chemical imbalance due to the hair care products you're using, or the nails, or the lipstick, or the lotion that you put on your body every single day after you've got out of a hot shower. You get out of a hot shower, the shower opens up your pores, and then you slather toxic lotion all over your body, and it absorbs into your bloodstream. Okay, so we have to be more intelligent about this. I want to make sure that you all understand there are free resources available, okay? The YouTube channel is an incredible free resource. I have hundreds of videos. People always ask me, Chris, where are the videos teaching? You guys do the testimonial videos and you talk about ABZ, but where are the videos where you can learn like how to do this, how to fast, how to be successful? Man, I'm about to show y'all something real quick, because I get this question all the time. I just got it this week. I got it earlier this week. So I'm going to show y'all something, because I'm almost certain. I'm almost 100% certain. And I understand YouTube, people don't use YouTube this way, but people don't actually like go through my content. So I'm going to briefly show you all what my actual YouTube channel looks like, because maybe some of y'all have never even seen it. All right. So let's see here. Tab. Here we go. All right. This, for the first time, this is probably the first time y'all have seen this. This is my YouTube channel. Okay. You can see we're live right now. Now let's go to my videos, because this is what I want y'all to see. Now, if you go to videos, Well, first of all, okay. My most recent videos often are testimonials. So here's a testimonial, here's a testimonial, here's an interview, right? These are a lot of the videos I've been doing. But if you scroll down just a couple, all right? Here's a video, 100 pounds in 90 days. Let's see, this might be a, oh, here's the video that I did, my reaction to hair care products causing cancer. Y'all here, check that out. Okay. What else? How to monitor and test hormonal balance. This is a video of me and Reggie talking about that. Here's another one. Well, this one is, I think me and Steven talking about the challenge, just what people have experienced. Here's one, top 3 mistakes for fasting, top 3 mistakes fasting for weight loss. How lose 10 pounds per week with IDF, intermittent dry fasting for weight loss. These are all training videos. And if you guys want a shortcut, you could go to playlists. You go to playlists, and then you can look at my playlist, and you can see liked videos, reactions, intermittent fasting, right? If you guys don't want, here's the live videos. Inspiring interactions. This playlist is where all the interactions that we record are, right? So these are the interviews and stuff. Look, I even got a playlist called Cooking with Chris, diet and nutrition info, mind-blowing myths busted, okay? So I'm showing you guys this because a lot of people be like, where's all your teaching videos? I don't know. They're there. Well, I don't know what more do you do. I even put them in playlists for y'all to make it easy. You could go through the playlist and determine, you know, what type of information you're interested in. Fasting information, diet and nutrition information, cooking videos. It's all there, right? So I can't do this for y'all. And I know a lot of you all aren't asking these questions, but there are people that do. So that's your free resource. Let's look at another free resource. We're already on this. Let's just keep going. What's another free resource that we have available? I'm going to pull up another free resource. Here we go. I'm new to the screen sharing, y'all, so I'm not as smooth. I'm not as smooth as I should be, but let's check out this free resource. Have you guys ever seen this? This is a healthyalternative.org, right? A healthyalternative.org, free resource. We got about us, frequently asked questions. This is an amazing resource, frequently asked questions. I'm glad I'm doing this because this needed to be done. Look at this. So you've got, when should I expect my product to arrive? Okay, that's not, okay. 48 questions of fasting. Can I work out during a fast? You know how many times I get this question, can I work out during a fast? Look at this, free resource. It's recommended that you do not work out during a fast if you're not used to fasting. I would suggest that if it's your first time fasting, try a fasting schedule of 5 days fasting per week, 2 days eating. So that's the 5-2. Okay, do that for 3 weeks to a month, and then you can start working out while you fast. So this is designed to help you get you used to fasting before you start working out. And look at this, I have a video reference. There's a video reference in the frequently asked question. So the amount of information that we give and what we do, like we go over and above, but if y'all aren't going to take the time to consume this information, what am I going to do? Right? So we have the challenge. We have the YouTube channel. Obviously, we give suggestions for different products and things you could use. There's literally no excuse here. Here, I'm going to put this link in the chat for those who just never been to our website, healthyalternative.org. There you go. Check us out. Free resource. What else? We've got the AHA Wellness Academy. All right. I'm going to put the link to the AHA Wellness Academy in there. If you guys want the shortcut to learning this content, how to heal, how to detox, that's the AHA Wellness Academy. Okay. We built that academy in 2019. Amazing resource, very inexpensive. There you go. All right. So I didn't see any super chats. I just wanted to come, do this video, give you guys some resource, make you aware of some things, give you an idea of how I, go about doing things. And hopefully this helps you. All right, I'm just going to take a quick breeze here. Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson got sued for baby powder. So not only is the lotion poisonous, but the baby powder is poisonous. Yo, shout out. The key is to not be overwhelmed, but be more aware and intentional. You might not be able to avoid everything, but get educated and start making changes. Do not be overwhelmed, y'all. I get it. It's a lot of information. We have a lot of resources too. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay. Do not try to absorb all this at once. Take your time. Okay. Slowly but surely eliminate what you're using, change what you're using. Do it slowly over time and allow AHA to be an amazing resource. Lock in with us. The challenge is back, the R72 weight loss challenge. Our goal is to get you to lose anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds in that month that we're doing the challenge. So as you can see, people in the comment sections already losing, 15, 20 pounds. We're not even finished. We got, 12 days left or whatever the case may be. So I hope you all have enjoyed this live stream. I'm gonna rock out. It's been a long day. And yeah, we'll be back. You know what I mean? My goal is definitely to do more live streams and continue putting this information in your face so that you could use it to help make you make better decisions. Remember, y'all, first hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If it's the first time seeing the content, subscribe. This is what we do over here. We've got amazing content, amazing interviews, testimonials, very motivational. But as always, the application of knowledge is power. And I'm out of here, y'all. Good night.